What's happening, Bulls? Happy Thursday, close to the weekend. We've got a bit of background music. Hopefully it's not too loud for you, but I enjoy it. Hopefully we don't get copyrighted. We've got a lot to talk about. There's a lot of charting. We're doing a lot of charting. I'm going to give you everything that you need to know about current trades, potentially future trades, what Bitcoin's doing, everything. If you like charts, hang around because this is all you need to see, realistically speaking. First off, we'll just do a quick victory lap because you know that we like doing that. So, got a few trades on at the minute. Posted the most recent one was XRP long 25x. I didn't put a hell of a lot on this one. Okay, so just full transparency. I didn't put a hell of a lot on this one. I'll tell you when I do. I've got a lot more on other things. I'll tell you about. But here, have a look at this. This is XRP trade. We posted this in Blockchain Bulls. See if we bring it up, I'll show you. It's very simple. It was basically spoon fed. The B is the buy. I risked $200 on it, I believe 200 US. It's currently up 343, so you might not think that's a hell of a lot, and you know, it's not really. In some ways it's not, but you know, when this hits top of the range is what I'm expecting, it'll be more like 600 US, and that'll be $1,000 Australian. I'm not gonna only risk 200. It's a 5x of what I risked. You know, I'm not going to turn my nose at that. This is what it looked like. Here we go. This is what the trade idea looked like in the Blockchain Bulls trade ideas. Literally just as easy as it gets. Long XRP, this price 25x. Where's the stop loss? Bang. Then I drew this. You know, boom, boom, boom. Inverse head and shoulders. All the good stuff that you like to see. And where's the chart for that? It would be the Bybit chart. So let's just see how accurate I was with the blue lines. USDT, most likely not the spot, I don't think. Give me a second, we'll just quickly find it. XRP USDT dot P, here it is. Surely. Okay, I've got no idea where the fuck I drew that line. Let's have a look. Oh no, it's Binance Tether. Alright. Oh, maybe it was on the normal config. Here we go, hold on. Here we go. Yep, there you go. Alright, zooming in. Let's see. Okay, not too bad. I was a bit overzealous, but hey, look, we're seeing it here. I'm expecting price targets of this previous area up here. So looking for pretty much, it can be lower highs, but I'm just looking for this range to continue. Okay, so bare minimum it's going to touch this. Is what I'm expecting on this XRP trade. And yeah, didn't risk a hell of a lot on it, but you know, I'll show you something that I did initially. Let me just look at this chart for a sec while I whip the other screen up. Look, see what you think's going to happen. Let me know in the comments what you think's going to happen with that XRP chart. While I flick to one of my other trading accounts and see if I can show you something else that I posted in the Blockchain Bulls. Was another trade that I posted a few times. There's a few opportunities. And then I'll just explain to you how I come to these conclusions when we get there. I'll just get this up. Okay, where are we? Nearly there. Hang around, it's worth it. Yep. Solana. Look. Buy. Bought here. Bought more here. So literally the exact bottom when I posted in the group. 158 I think I bought it. Topped up a bit here. Broke under this trend line. I was a little bit cautious. I cut a bit off, but not all of it. That's for sure. Not all of it off. And then just remaining relatively private for some things, but I'll just bring up the current performance of it. Hang on. Just bear with me, it's a good show, jolly good show. P&L share, the almighty P&L share. Hang on. I'm trying not to dox too much. Here you go. What do you reckon? So bring it up. 1,352% gain, and we're up $5,220, and I risked, I think it was, I don't know, do the math. It's up for 15x, so 13x, 14x, so, these things, you just wait for the easy money and it's there, eh? So XRP is another one. Should put more on there, but, just rolling in the Solomon. That's going to be 10 grand. I'm expecting $240 Solana target. Yeah, I've got a cluster of cells there, so we'll be monitoring closely. We're going to have a look at a couple of things. We'll look at, I think it was Sui, and what do we have from the main man, Marty? Where's Marty? Marty wants to look at Sui and Aave. We'll have a quick look at Sui and Aave. But first, we'll set the precedent with Bitcoin. We've also got some copy trading going on the Blockchain Bulls. It's free. You can just copy trade my Bitcoin trades. We've got a strategy that we run. It's got a pretty high hit rate. Doubled the account this year, so it's like safe bets and that. Over doubled it. Actually, I think it's like 130% or something at the moment. So over doubled that, and yeah, pretty mad not to do that. That's free. So you just jump in the Blockchain Bulls and then ask for the copy trade link. Send it to you. But here's Bitcoin anyway. 4-hour chart. So there's a lot going on in my charts, as you know, because it's like you're putting in work. You're basically putting in work. We had knots and liquidity zones. The holy grail of liquidity was the last video. This is literally the chart that I trade on, so it's obviously going to be pretty messy in most times. But if you ignore the fluff, alright, and just look through all the scribble, okay, I could make it a little bit easier for you. Alright, make it a little bit more enjoyable. You can just see there's just an easy downtrend. This is a 4-hour chart. One candle equals 4 hours, so just a sliding downtrend. And then you just get that standard typical behavior where it's just like breakout, retests. I mean, you know that these, from watching, these are dynamic and you can move them around to see what you want to see. So there's nothing wrong with putting that like there, basically. It's still going to encapsulate like 90% of all the price action within this diagonal trend, and whilst remaining tight to it. It's like breakout, retest, and then as you know what happens with things when they start trending. So it's basically you've got a trend. Oh, not wrong one, sorry. You've got trend, and then turns into a range, and then you got the new trend, and so what's going to happen, what has happened now in hindsight, you can see, so this was actually a price range, and now the range is being broken out of, and the new trend is beginning, so it's going to be like boots, bit of this going on, and this is what trends do. They crawl up and then they pick up the speed, and then they finish with a parabola, and then they range again, and then they either go higher or go lower from that range. So it's just ranging and trending. You just got to look at shit ranging and trending. And this is the same for stocks. I was with the old man today, and he's looking at buying some stocks, and I was just showing him, like, I'll show you for example, just getting up a little muck around watch list for Gaz. He's just touching these. He's a construction worker, so he's not super, he has never bought stocks in his life, so that's not where I get it from. But he wanted to have a look. He had a couple in mind, and we're just looking at a few here, like where are we? JB Hi-Fi. What were we looking at? Where were we drawing stuff on? Maybe I was in the Gigabars one. Let's have a look. Yeah. Oh, no. Hold on one sec. Bear with me. This is all real-time shit. You want the real shit. There we go. All right, so we're looking at Ingham's chicken, shit like this. We looked at a GYG, that looks terrible. GYG's fucked. We're looking at Downer. But what we're looking at, right, I'll zoom it out to the weekly chart, and this goes across all charts. Look, so this is Downer. It's like a big electrical, etc. company. And look, if you're looking at buying stocks, dividend paying stocks and stuff like this, it's like, okay, since 2005, can you see on this left, on down here? 2005, or even earlier really, it's just gone sideways. If you just fully zoom out, it's just been in this massive price range where it sits at these bottoms around $2, $3, comes to the tops. I was just explaining to Gaz, like, you just look for stocks, you look for them either beginning a uptrend, or you look for them in a range, and which most of them are, because we know that pretty much 70% of all price action is ranging, and then the 30% is hard trending. You look for a thing, you look for prices in a range. You can even just set an alert on this middle line, and you pretty much, if you just start DCAing or just take a couple of punts anywhere below halfway, like bare minimum anywhere below halfway of the price range, and just hang on to it, there's a chance, you never know, you bought this, goes up further, or even you just buy this and then you just get paid on the dividends. It's like, you just buy, it's not the best example, but another example would be, look, JB Hi-Fi. So I was explaining to him, I was like, look at this JB Hi-Fi chart. Alright, it's a crazy chart. But this JB Hi-Fi, you're seeing it range, then you see it trend, and then you see it range. And this ranged from July 2020 to January 2024, right? So this is a 4-year range. And if anyone was just buying it below halfway of the range, just loading up, didn't get faked out, just load it up. And then when the range finally finishes, look at this. You'd be up 130%. So you just look for ranges, understand the range, understand the price action, understand the price action. It's ranging or it's trending. Just look at it like that. Just understand it. Ranging or trending. Identify this first. Go from there. So Bitcoin, zoomed out. Look at this weekly, Bitcoin weekly. Huge. These diagonal trend lines, they're just going to get moved around. They're dynamic. Look, as you see fit, look at this, boom, 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 everything's sweet. As expected, big green candles. Probably this might be the moment coming up soon. It's going to do this shit, and it's going to finish all this price action, this trending shit where it goes slow, like it ranges, then it goes slow, then it ramps up, and then it finishes with a parabola, blah, blah. Like, this shit can happen anywhere, and it transcends all time frames, small, medium, large. We're just in the fucking simulation, bro. It's just the sim. Play the game. As the great Triple H once said, it's time to play the game. Let's have a look at Sui. Yeah, Sui's sort of starting to recover, doesn't it? It doesn't look too bad when you zoom out. Marty didn't say what time frame, so I'm not super certain of that. But look, it's going. You can see here, this is clearly just an overextension, an overreaction, and realistically, you've pretty much got like that as the range highs. It's just a big old ascending triangle. They've got about 68% probability to break to the upside, according to Bukowski's chart, Encyclopedia of Chart Patterns. It's bullish, man. It's an uptrend. It's a fucking uptrend. It's not a weekly chart, though. So if you're talking about like using leverage and shit, you want to nail the entry, and you want to nail the entry by entering on blue bars. This is Sui on the daily blue bar expansion. So you see blue bars, blue gigabars. This is our indicator, gigabars. You can get access to it. Just DM me. Blue bars. So means the start of a new move. Okay, big new move. Did it bleed to the 2 days? Oh, Start of a big new move. All right, so you see this start of a big new move. It's like bottom of the range. Like it's making a low. It's bottom of the big diagonal trend line that's gone on for a year. It's like, okay, well, the probabilities are pretty skewed to upside, really, and it's not like it's blue barring. You know, if it was blue barring up here, if it was doing these blue bars saying that there's a new move beginning, and it was like doing it right here, you'd be like, okay, well, you know, chances are it's fucking gonna come down here. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, pretty bullish. But yeah, like if you're using leverage, you want to nail, like the higher the leverage, the more that you need to nail the entry. So like it's literally like anything above 3x to 5x leverage. Everything above that, you need to be like hitting like the best entries of your life, basically, is what, you know, we've learned from experience. So you start, I mean, this is a big move, right? But you can see shit like this. If there's enough liquidity there, you can see that, you know, you can see that. Just one more of them, just take out those lows, because that's where all the stops are going to be, all the stop losses are going to be there. You know, so if you're longing now, you know, you're not longing here. If you're long in here, so you know you're gonna have to either wait for a better opportunity, another low to be put in, and then like if fails, say for example, so there's three options. Okay, there's option number one is you long now with the stop loss fucking down here, something down here, you know. Option two, you long now assuming that it's like fully green barring like this, boom, 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 boom. So you just run a tight stop loss, and then you just, you know, put a stop loss maybe under this candle or something, and just cop it. Know that you're rolling the dice, 50-50 chance. Like just do what you're going to lose. Three, you wait for it to make another low, and if it goes lower, or you put like buy orders down here or buy orders down here, you know, and then you can have like a stop loss all the way down here and be sweet, or you watch it and enter, and then, you know, if you miss out, then you miss out, and if not, like you're there and you sniped it. There's more options. The other option is like you wait and see if it puts in a lower, a higher low, and then you can put your stop loss under there because it's failed. To do that, it's attempted it, or you can sit on your hands and not do anything. That's pretty much it. What I would do, I mean, it's a big move, beginning 2-day chart, like it's happening. So I would, I mean, you know, like that's the thing. They're all decent options. You just got to play it like, you know, do this, but this, do this, but this, do this, but this. So if you're happy just sitting and holding, like you can just put a wide stop loss on, put more capital on it, blah, blah, blah. Or if you like feel like being active and shit, you can just like jump on right now with the tight stop loss. Or if you don't mind missing the trade, then you can just like, you know, put some alerts and wait for another low potentially, or a liquidity sweep, because there's going to be probably a lot of longs on it at the moment. So there's options, but yeah, as you can see, every single one of the options I just gave was to long it. Because why? Because it's a fucking uptrend, and it's coming off a low. It's not coming off a high. It's not right here, you know. It's not putting in a lower high, or it's not like right there. You're not asking me right there. You're not even asking me right there, where it's just broken down below these previous lows and held there, you know. You're asking me after it's putting in a low on crazy volatility. So, and there's also the blue bar strategy way of doing it, which is, you know, you've got blue bars, and then there's the breakout candle, which is literally this one. So yeah, more or less, literally, if it comes down and encloses past the bottom of the candle of the last blue bar. So basically, if you get like candle closes under here, then you basically probably going to be witnessing a head fake. So this is just a liquidity grab, and then it's just going to go even lower. So if you start getting candle closes here, then you could flip short as well. You know, big candle closes. So if it puts a low in here, or if it takes this down, you want it to be fast. If it starts putting like serious candle closes, like stringing them together, then yeah, it's probably going to be a short. But you know, again, this is charting. You know, this is probabilities. It's all just probabilities, statistics, and probabilities. So have a quick look at Aave, and then we'll pack her up. Same sort of shit. Don't like seeing that. Oh, Aave. Don't like seeing this daily chart. So, you know, it's pretty wicky. That's pretty that's the signals of tops. It's an odd looking. It's an ugly chart. It's a strange chart. It's an odd chart. It's just like two big old titties or something. You know, it's a nip. It's quite strange. Quite a strange looking chart, really, isn't it? Like, look at that. It's just like a chasm. It's like the Grand Canyon. You know, it's not, you know. Yeah, it's hard to say this one, actually. What do you reckon? What do you reckon? Because look, that's you know, that's toppy as. It's just definitely going to rely on the rest of the market, probably. I mean, look, if the rest of the market keeps going up, this is just the base. Like, you just go when you don't know, you just go back to this answer, relying on the rest of the market. Blah 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 blah. But yeah, you know, that's shit. You know, that's shit as that wick. Yeah, another big move though, and all that sort of shit. So it's slowly grinding up. I mean, it's not taking out these lows and stuff. It'd be more of a punt, you know. It'd be more of a punt. It'd be more of like a, okay, these lows are putting in, boom, boom, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low. Just assuming continuation of high lows, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low. You know, so you can, yeah. This is more like a long-term trade. Expect it to go on just like basically low leverage or spot probably, or just try and hit it with like a bottom time. Hit it with like a big bottom time. It'd be like, again, I'd be longing again. Current state of the market. Hit it with a big bottom time. I'd be like, okay, well, it hasn't had either you wait for like another strong week, or you just like bottom time right now, basically. Let's have a zoom in on the range. It'd be like what I would do probably if I was bottom time in this, I'd be like long now, stop loss, you know, relatively tight. If the stop, but position size small, like only half the size or something. And then if it has a stop hunt and then comes back up into these ranges, I'm entering again with the other half, you know. And if it continues up, then I can just chuck that other half into it there, bring stop loss to break even, or entry, you know, stuff like that. Yeah, let's just have a quick zoom in. It's not a clean chart, you know, but that's a range, so it's probably going to give you an opportunity for a buy too, most likely. Similar sort of deal, what I was talking about with the stocks, this sort of shit. You know, it's the same as the G box. I'm just taking a different approach here for the eyes, but you can see that, you know. So you can just clearly see that anything in this area is good longing, good value for money. So that's anything under 302. Basically, if you don't get it, you don't get it. Too bad. So sad. All right, 25 minutes. That was good. That was fun. Take it easy. Have a good day. Tomorrow, Friday, baby. Talk to you on the weekend. Join the Blockchain Bulls. See you in there. Ta-ta. Link is in the bio. Bye-bye.